vinyl community. This is Melinda. I'm here to do a contest entry for Bill, and his channel is called the Vinylverse. He's a super nice guy, and he really knows his music very well. And also, I'm really new in the community, and he's been very warm and commented on my videos, and I just really appreciate his new friendship. And anyway, be sure and check his video out. And the contest is talking about 4 significant years in your life and the albums that came out that same year. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the very first one is from 1972. And to give you a little backstory on it, there was a song by a really big band. They had gotten really popular, and the lead singer had written a beautiful song about a woman and about a guy always wanting to come home to her. And the song was finished, and he was really happy with it, but he just couldn't come up with the name of the woman, and he was having a really hard time and struggling with the name. He tried the name Barbara, and he felt like it didn't work. And so one day he was at the grocery store, and he watched this young mom chasing her toddler daughter, yelling, "Melissa, Melissa." And in that moment, Greg Allman knew that was the name of his song, and he was very happy and relieved to finally know the name. And without further ado, the record from 1972 that I'm talking about is "Eat a Peach" by the Allman Brothers. The song "Melissa" is on it. And the significance for me is because the name of this song is the inspiration for my daughter. My daughter's named Melissa. So 1972, "Eat a Peach" by the Allman Brothers inspired my daughter's name. The next year that I want to talk about is the year 1981. And what makes it so significant for me is it was probably the final year of my childhood. I was 11 years old, and Journey Escape was a huge record in 1981. And it was the last year of summers lasting forever, riding bikes until dark, just hanging out with your friends and not worrying about boys or any of the problems in life, just a simple, easy life. And so this record has a lot of great songs on it. It has "Don't Stop Believing." Let's see, the big one for me that's so nostalgic is "Who's Crying Now," as well as "Open Arms" and let's see, "Still They Ride," "Stone in Love." Anyway, this was a great record, and I remember hearing it all through that summer and through that whole year. And like I said, that was the last year of childhood for me. So 1981 was a really special year. Okay, the next year that I want to discuss that was very important to me was 1984. I was an incoming freshman, and I had kind of come into my own at that time. I had gained a lot of confidence. I had tried out for cheerleader a couple of years and finally made the team that year, so that was very exciting to be coming in and getting to be a cheerleader for the first time. Had my first boyfriend that I really liked, so that was another exciting time. And one album that was really big in 1984 that I want to share is Don Henley's "Building the Perfect Beast." When I was coming into my senior year, my freshman year, the song "Boys of Summer" was a really big hit, and really liked it. But the song on here that means the most to me is a song called "Not Enough Love in the World." And there was a verse in that song that for some reason at a young age like that stuck in my heart and stayed in my heart. And the verse was, "You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, just take good care of yourself." And for some reason, even as a young girl, that stuck with me. It still sticks with me. And I just think there's a lot more eloquent verses out there and choruses and different songs. But man, that one really stuck with me, and I think it's a good one to remember. So "Building the Perfect Beast" by Don Henley, in a magical year for me, my favorite year of my teenage years, 1984. My next year that I'm going to discuss, and also Bill, this will be an album that will interest you. It is Peter Gabriel's "So," and the significance for me was 1986 was the year I was going to turn 16 and I was going to need a car. I also was going to be going to a really expensive cheerleading camp at Indiana University, and that was the summer I really needed to make a lot of money. And so I went ahead and took a job detasseling corn, and it was just a horrible, horrible job from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night every single day, except on Sundays and there were a few times where we had to work on Sundays. So it was just a crazy, hard summer for me. And the song Sledgehammer was a huge hit that summer. So I can remember while we were detasseling corn, we were allowed to listen to the radio, the song Sledgehammer coming on all the time. And I still remember, when I hear it, I still remember that detasseling corn job. And but you know what? Good for me, because I made enough money, and that year I was able to pay for my cheer camp, and I went and bought my own car. It was a 1979 AMC Spirit with no air conditioning, but I paid every penny of it, and I was very proud, and still remember that. So anyway, 1986 was not my favorite year, but sometimes hard work does pay off, and I feel like that was an important life lesson year for me. Okay, and finally, just going to show you a couple Bee Gees records. I have this one, and I have the Bee Gees Greatest. I do not have Odessa, so if you would, just put me in that for the competition. You're giving away that Odessa record, and so if you wouldn't mind, just put me in that, and I would love to have it. And thank you, Bill, for having this contest, and I just wish you all the success in the world on your channel. You just keep putting out those great videos, and we'll all keep watching. So thank you, and have a good night. Bye-bye.